Well, that was awesome. Well, that was nice. That was great to see. Oh boy. Oh boy, Nick Castellanos. Oh boy, Nick Castellanos. I was saying to myself during that entire situation, holy shit, this team is going to blow it. Holy shit, this team is going to blow it. Oh my god, they know how to make me stress out so many times. They made me stress out. Holy shit. They do. But they managed to pull out. They managed to win. They managed to shut the door down. Nick Castellanos with one of the greatest plays of his life. And here was I, just saying, let the ball drop. It's in foul territory, Nick. Let the ball drop, and you don't have to worry about Luke fucking Williams trying to tag from third base. And no, apparently he told me to shut the fuck up, and then he throw a dart to home plate to get Luke Williams out. Apparently, shut the fuck up, Amadeo. I'm going to do what I want. And then Bryson Stott, in the top of the 10th inning, 2 outs, lefty-lefty. They intentionally walk Bohm to load the bases to make it a lefty-lefty matchup. Stott ropes it down the line, 2-run score. Beautiful, beautiful. And Stott didn't have a hit in this series to start. That was his first hit. Couldn't have come at a better time there, Stotty. So clutch, so clutch. And from the fact that I didn't like the offensive approach at all today, I didn't. This is the one thing I'm going to be negative about today. The offense, I believe they let Edler go because, they scored 4 runs off of him, but those, 4 runs came off the bat of Alec Bowman, Nick Castellanos. The rest of the lineup, basically, just a ton of walks and no hits. That's basically, the Phillies only had 5 hits in this game. They walked so many times, they should have scored way more, in my honest opinion, and shouldn't have been even close to a game. But once the Braves brought the bullpen in, the Phillies offense got shut down. No matter how many times they walked, they just got shut down. But hey, you found a way to pull through the ugliness. You did. Granted, bullpen at the end of the game in the 8th and the 9th inning wasn't the best. Hoffman allows 1 base runner. He gets 2 outs, but then Soto allows a double to Ozuna. That almost goes out of the ballpark, by the way. It's funny, too. I saw on Twitter that ball had a expected batting average of exactly 0. And that ball just kept carrying and 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 carrying until it hit the very, top of the wall before it's going over the wall. Thankfully, it stayed in the fucking ballpark. And then Soto managed to get out of the inning, only allowing, that extra run. But sadly, Hoffman allowed the run, too. So that sucked. Then Craig Kimbrell got into some difficulties, with Luke Williams and all that stuff. But he managed to get out of the situation thanks to, the big balls from Nick Castellanos. Thanks to the big balls from Nick Castellanos. And then Matt Strahm in the bottom of the 10th inning. I was totally concerned because Matt Strahm going up against 3 guys that are batting right-handed at the top of their lineup. Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley. I was terrified. I was so terrified, but he manages to get Acuna the ground out, which allows the ghost runner to move over, so I'll take that any day of the week. Gets Albies to pop up into a sac fly, so I'll take that. 2 outs, I'll take allowing the run to get 2 outs in the inning, and then he gets Riley to pop up to end the ball game. So huge, gigantic balls, actually, from Matt Strahm. Came up clutch when you really needed him to. Came up very clutch. And hey, credit goes to where credit is due. Aaron Nola, man. I thought for sure Phillies gave him a 4-0 lead. You're like, oh God, here we go again. Oh God, here we go again. Aaron Nola, 4-0 lead. It's like bread and butter. He's going to blow it up somehow. He's going to implode. He's going to do something. Through the first 3 innings, he was dominant. He didn't allow a single hit, didn't allow a single base runner. He was really good for the first 3. But then once you get to, that 4th inning, we like to call it the RAV 4th inning here, the Toyota RAV 4th inning. He just, almost blows it. Allows a couple of base runners, allows a run to score, but he managed to, get out of that situation. So I'll give credit to Nola there. Allows another run in the 5th, allows more base runners, gets out of it again. And then he goes through the 6th inning, and then he manages to give you 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Quality start. Quality start. So, that, Aaron Nola deserves a lot of credit. I thought he actually looked pretty sharp today. Off speed was there the entire time. made some nice pitches, and like I said, he found a way to work out his situations. He found a way to battle in usual times where he would normally implode. So we thought the implosion was coming. It almost did, but he managed to buckle down and get out of the situation. So I'll give a lot of credit to Aaron Nola. That's a very important start for him. A very important start for him. So is he going to build off this? I have no idea. I believe he has 1 or 2 more starts left this season. So I'm not sure what's going to be happening there. With, these last 2 Aaron Nola starts, it would be nice for him to build off something going into the playoffs so we can at least have some type of faith in a Game 2 of a wild card series with him. So hopefully that's all we can do right now is just have hope that he can somehow figure this out. Because he got out of a lot of situations today. He battled. Gave you a nice quality start. So I'll give a lot of credit to him where credit is due. Offense, though, I needed way more from the offense in the, early stages of the game. Like, you only had 5 hits in this game, but you had 10 walks. How do you have 10 walks and only score, 4 runs throughout the first, basically the 9 innings of the ball game? How do you only score 4 runs? That's my issue there. 10 walks, not doing anything there. Bryce Harper, after, Schwarber and Turner walk to start the game off, he grinds into a double play. But then, thankfully, Alec Boehm managed to drive that run home with a nice 2-out single. So you go up 1-0 there. So that's nice to see at least. Bryce Harper didn't come up for you. And Bryce Harper did not have a good game today, in my honest opinion. Him and Trey Turner, honestly. So when those 2 guys weren't able to come up for you, the other guys did. And that was good. Top of the 2nd inning, Nick Castellanos with a nice leadoff home run. 2-0 Phillies there. Top of the 4th inning, Nick Castellanos goes deep again. 2-run shot after a Brandon Marsh walk, so he makes it 4-0. So let's go to this bottom of the 4th inning for Aaron Nola. Allows a leadoff single to Ronald Acuna Jr., then Albie singles as well. Manages to get Riley to strike out, but then he allows an RBI single to Matt Olson after a wild pitch. During the Ozuna at-bat, manages to get, a nice line out right to Trey Turner. So a little bit of luck there. And then he strikes out Rosario looking on a fastball inside. So gets out of it, only allowing 1 run. I'll take that any day of the week from Aaron Nola. Bottom of the 5th. Allows a double to Josh Harris. Not Josh Harris, Michael Harris. And then Lopez singles. Drives in another run. It's a 4-2 ball game. Then he gets Acuna to ground out. Then he gets Albies to strike out. So gets into 2 situations in the 4th and the 5th. He gets out of those situations. I will take that, like I said, any day of the week from Aaron Nola. Bottom of the 6th. Allows a 2-out single to Ozuna, but gets out of that situation. So Aaron Nola's night is done. Offense basically from here is not doing anything besides walking after that top of the 4th. Alec Boehm gets a 2-out single in the top of the 5th, but that's basically it. That would be their only hit until the Bryson Stott double in the 10th. Top of the 6th, Marsh leadoff walk. Nothing happens there. He manages to get the 3rd base after a throwing error trying to steal. So Phillies weren't able to drive him home there, which sucks. Top of the 7th, 1-2-3 inning there. Top of the 8th, 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 9th, 1-2-3 inning. So the offense really went, down as the game went along. But we go in that top of the 10th. Schwarber leads off with a walk, so you get the ghost runner on second, Schwarber at first base, and then the worst possible thing to happen here with Trey Turner chops it to Austin Riley, and Austin Riley might have made a mistake here. He goes from 3rd to 1st, and honestly, he probably could have attempted a triple play. And he didn't. So maybe you caught a break there. But that's still 2 outs. Double play from Trey Turner on the first pitch. You don't want to see that. Bryce Harper manages to work a walk after going down in the count 1-2. Boehm gets intentionally walked after Turner and Harper steal. Well, actually, after Rojas and Harper steal. Then Stott, second pitch of the at-bat, ropes it down the left field line, makes it a 6-4 Phillies lead. Marsh walks, so you had bases loaded for Nick Castellanos to add some more damage, sadly. He worked a good at-bat against Minter. Sadly, he wasn't able to get the job done. So, you go to the bottom of the 10th with Matt Strahm out there on the mound. And I was scared. But he gets Acuna in a 2-1 count, the ground out, which allows the ghost runner to advance, but you take that any day of the week. Then he gets into a long at-bat with Albies. 1-2 count, fouls off a couple of pitches, works a sac fly. I'll still take that because it's a free out. And then Austin Riley kind of got a break here because he was down 2-0 in the count to him. gets him to pop up the second base, end the ball game off. Big balls there from Matt Strahm when you desperately needed it. Someone from the bullpen to not blow the job. Thankfully, Strahm was there. And even Jose Alvarado out of the bullpen, too, was really good. It was really just, Hoffman and Soto. This was basically the first, game that Hoffman didn't look the best, in my opinion. So I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's been your best reliever basically the entire season. So I'm sure he'll bounce back. He'll have another good outing when his number is called upon next. Sadly, today it just wasn't the case. But looking at the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber 0 for 3 with 2 walks. Trey Turner 0 for 4 with a walk. Bryce Harper 0 for 4 with a walk. Alec Boehm 2 for 4 with an RBI single and a walk. Bryson Stott with the huge 2-run double in the 10th. He went 1 for 4 there with a walk. Brandon Marsh 0 for 2, but he walked 3 times. Nick Castellanos 2 for 5 with 2 home runs, so that's very nice to see. If we can get a hot Nick Castellanos going into the later stages of the season, into the playoffs, that is a very dangerous thing for this Phillies lineup if Nick Castellanos can figure it out going forward, especially with the long ball. Almost has 100 RBIs on the year, too, so that's nice to see. Schwarber, Boehmer, and Castellanos all getting closer to that 100 RBI mark. They definitely can get there. Schwarber definitely is going to. I think Nick's going to. Boehm is a little bit of a ways there. I think he's around like 90, the low 90s, the mid 90s. So he definitely could get there if he gets the situations going. Jake Cave 0 for 3 with a walk. And Garrett Stubbs 0 for 4. And, Garrett Stubbs is Garrett Stubbs. So you're not really expecting much offensively, but you would like to see some more offensively from your backup catcher. I did see a lot through Twitter that a lot of people are having issues with Garrett Stubbs. But it's like he rarely plays. JT plays so much. But yes, you would like to see your backup catcher chip in when he gets his number called every now and then. He did it last year in a lot of situations, sadly. Maybe this year he's regressing back to the mean. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you that. So yeah. Pitching-wise, Nola had a really solid game. 6 innings, 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, which is huge, and 8 strikeouts, 94 pitches there. So really good stuff from Nola. Jose Alvarado struck out 2 in his 7th inning of work, 19 pitches. Sadly, Jeff Hoffman only recorded 1 out, allowed 2 hits and 2 earned runs, struck out 1 on 15 pitches. And then Gregory Soto, he was the one that allowed the hit to Ozuna to tie the ball game up, but it did get charged to Hoffman. So he allows that 1 hit, strikes out 1. He gets 2 outs in the inning on 7 pitches. Craig Kimbrell got a huge break from Nick Castellanos. He led the inning off with a walk, and then he, basically, he got a break, basically. Nick Castellanos was just basically amazing there, getting that final out. Allows 1 walk, 1 strikeout on 14 pitches. Then Matt Strahm allows the 1 run because of the ghost runner. Didn't allow a hit, didn't strike out anyone, didn't walk anyone, just very efficient stuff on 13 pitches. Very efficient stuff there for Strahm, gets the save. Very important stuff there, boys. Very important stuff. You got a nice series win, a couple of series in a row, which is good. Which is very good. 2 series wins in a row right here against the Cardinals and the Braves, and now you're going into this backstretch of the season. 7 more games at home, 3 more games on the road, 10 games left. Your magic number is down to 7. Magic number's down to 7. We'll see what happens. They're going to get the job done. I firmly believe that. The key is when. The key is when they're going to get the job done. So you improved your magic number to 7. Who knows what's going to happen around the league in terms of the wild card spots with, the Cubs, the Marlins, and the Diamondbacks. So you got the win today, so that's the most important thing. If the other teams lose, they lose. If they win, they win. So you really can't control any of that stuff. The most important thing is you got the win today. You got the win today. That is the most important thing. So yeah. Huge win. Huge win. So if you're looking at those wild card standings, you're back up the 3-game lead on the Arizona Diamondbacks. So nice 3-game lead, a 3.5-game lead over the rest of the teams that are fighting for those wild card spots. Excuse me there, people. I'm sneezing up a storm for no reason. So 83 and 69 on the year, back to 14 games above 500 going into this back stretch of the season. So yeah, very huge stuff here, boys. Very huge stuff. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty for the rest of the regular season. The Diamondbacks are currently playing right now against the Giants. They're tied 1-1 going into the third inning. And then the Cubs, I'm assuming they're not playing until later tonight. Same thing with the Miami Marlins. I would assume it relies on the Miami Marlins because they're the team looking outside of the wild card race. So if the Marlins were to lose, I would assume that's the team that helps improve our magic number. So basically, if you're watching any of the games, watch the Marlins and the Mets. But at the end of the day, it is the New York Mets, and they're probably going to find a way to met that up like they did last night with their pitcher throwing the third base when no one was there. So we'll see. Looking at this Mets schedule here, you got 2 nationally televised games on Thursday and Friday. Fox tomorrow and Apple TV on Friday, so joy. Tomorrow's going to be Ranger Suarez going up against David Peterson. He is 3-8 with a 5.22 ERA. He had 10 strikeouts his last outing against the Reds, but, he can blow up at any time. It's the New York Mets. Should not be worried about that at all. Then it's going to be Taijuan Walker on Friday going up against Tyler Miguel. He is 8-8 with a 4.94 ERA. Then on Saturday, it's going to be Zack Wheeler going up against Jose Quintana. He's been solid since coming off of the IL. He's 3-5 with a 3.02 ERA. And then Christopher Sanchez is going to be on Sunday afternoon against Jose Butto, 1-2 with a 3.09 ERA. Then for Pittsburgh, Nola, Suarez, Walker, and then for that last Mets series, it's most likely going to be Wheeler, Sanchez, and Nola to finish off the season there against the Mets. To finish that off. Oh boy. Here we go. Here's a quote for you about that Nick Castellanos play in the ninth inning. Nick Castellanos said he was going to let the ball drop. At the very last moment, a voice in his head told him to catch it. He typically hears the voice only when he's hitting. Good timing. He's evil, Nick Castellanos said the voice in his head. Oh, God. Oh, God. The voice in his head. Holy shit. That's actually funny. That's actually pretty funny. A voice in his head told him to catch the ball. Well, the voice in the head was right. Nick Castellanos got a little bit of demons in his head talking. I have no idea. Maybe that's why he swings the first pitch so much. Maybe that's why. I see you guys arguing back and forth in the chat, so I'm assuming a Braves fan is trying to talk trash. So, let them do it. It makes me no difference here. Let me guess. The argument is, oh, you guys didn't get the job done. It doesn't matter that you made the World Series last year. That's the argument. I'm looking over here. I'm not even paying attention to the chat, but I can already tell that's the argument. I can already tell. I'm like over here browsing Twitter. I just like peek over like one real quickly to see David, and I can already tell from the entire argument that it's something talking about the World Series. We didn't get the job done. Well, David, let them talk trash. Let them shit talk if they want to. Okay, let them shit talk. So, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. I have plenty of other nice Braves fans that respect us here in the chat. If one person wants to come in here and shit talk, David, just don't worry about it. That's basically it. Different playoffs are a different story, Lady Braves. Playoffs are a whole different story. Anything can happen. I'm not even saying the Phillies can make the World. They can make the World Series. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for anybody. Playoffs are a whole different story. I mean, technically, you are talking trash. You're saying you didn't get the job done, but we did. So that's kind of trash talk. It's kind of trash talk. It's kind of trash talk, though. You could be honest, but it could still be kind of trash talk. So I'm not complaining. Don't worry, I'm not complaining. You could do what you want. Like I said, you could do anything you want in the chat, but be nice to each other. Be nice to each other. So, yeah, let's get to the rest of people here in the live feed because we don't have anyone here on the Anytime Hotline. And if you do want to leave any thoughts on the Anytime Hotline, you can leave those at 215-839-9885. Your thoughts and opinions there. If you want to discuss anything here. So let me get to the beginning of the live stream. Let me scroll up. David. Today was Nick Castellanos' show, 2 clutch home runs and an incredible catch and throw out double play in the bottom of the 9th. I love this team. It took everything for them not to lose this game. They almost lost, though. They almost lost. It wasn't pretty, but a win is a win, and now we are 83-69. Nice. Nice. Yep, winning 2 of 3 in Atlanta. Yeah, it's important. It's important. Austin, haven't heard from you in a while, my guy. Well, isn't that fine? Fine, how do you do? It would appear my return from the great frozen north wasn't a day too soon. Glad to be back and celebrating a series win against the Braves, no less. Well done. Just getting up to speed. What the heck happened yesterday? Michael Lorenzen happened yesterday. In the grand scheme of things, though, I guess we're still looking pretty good for this wild card race. I would love to lock it up soon. They're going to lock it up soon. Don't worry. They're going to lock it up soon. I'm confident they're going to win the first wild card spot. I'm confident. You guys got lucky in this game, but great game. Oh, yeah, we got lucky. We definitely got lucky. But don't call Nick Castellanos his play lucky. That was smart. Tell that to the voice in his head. Tell that to the voice in his head. Love to see it. Definitely. Channel name. Definitely. How you doing, Star Wars? Yep, Nola did pitch well. You got to give him a lot of credit. Hopefully we don't have to face the Braves anymore from Jose. Well, sorry, Jose. We're probably going to have to see them probably one more time if we get to the NLDS. We're probably going to have to see them one more time. Probably. What else? Yep, Jose Alvarado did look good too. Faced the Mets this week. Yep. Got to win 3 of 4. David, it's a 4-game series, so the Phillies got to win 3 out of 4. 4-game series this weekend with the Mets. What else? Oh, we do get a last-minute call here on the Anytime Hotline. I just got the notification, so let me go to that too. But what was I just going to say? I know the weather this weekend is supposed to be weird for Saturday, I believe. I gotta check that again. Because I'm going to New York this weekend. Ironically, because the Phillies play the Mets. But they're here. And I'll be in New York. But, I remember, because we always, want to check the weather for the weekend just to make sure the weather's going to be solid enough. So let me check that weather just to see what the forecast predicts the next few days for the rain, if it is any. Yep, Saturday, 65, 88% chance of rain. It decreases during the day, but heavy rainfall during the afternoon, so Saturday's game might be in jeopardy, if that's the case. If that's the case, you play a doubleheader on Sunday, so that kind of sucks. Or you push it back to Monday, if you want to do that and not play a doubleheader, but they'll most likely play a doubleheader, so that'll probably be the case. Matt Strom for president. Under the wire. Oh, I gave I already said, Sean, Matt Strom had big balls. Matt Strom had the biggest of balls today. So I gave him that credit. But speaking of Sean, let's go to the Anytime Hotline. Let's see what Sean has to say here vocally.
Huge win for the Phillies. Huge series win overall. Lots of accolades to go around today. Of course, you got to start with Nick Castellanos, who basically won him the game with the early homers and the defense. And he should have had a third homer off of Iglesias, and he missed it. Got to tip my hat to Nola. That's the one positive out of this series you can say. The Phillies' first 2 starters definitely did their job in this series. Wheeler and Nola showed up. But 2 of my favorite Phillies at the end of the day came through. I said it before, the best hitter on this team is Bryson Stott. He showed you why in extra innings. What a piece of hitting it was on a pitch that wasn't even a strike. And then Matt Strom. I like Strom. He doesn't have all the ability in the world, but he battles you. He comes right at you, Sometimes he gets beat, but a lot of times he doesn't. And today he came through for the Phillies. That's big. Now you got to go home and take care of the Mets. At least 3 out of 4, but I'm thinking sweep.
Forgot to unmute Mike. But 4-game series, they're going to be hard to sweep against, regardless of any opponent that you're playing. So 3 out of 4. I think that's the priority there, 3 of 4. But yeah, Matt Strahm, I know some people have had their issues with Matt Strahm this year out of the bullpen, but more times than not, he has been good for you. It's mainly my issue is that Rob Thompson puts him in spots to fail because he loves bringing him around for a wraparound inning. For some reason, he likes trying to use him for 2 innings, and every time that happens, it fails. The only time it didn't fail was when he had to go 2 innings against Tampa Bay because the bullpen was gassed. So, yeah, Strahm's been good for you. Stott, yeah. Even though his months of September has not been good hitting-wise, low batting average and all that stuff. The batting average is dipping a little bit, but he's still one of your most clutch hitters. Still like him and Bohm are probably like one of your most clutch hitters, and also Bryce Harper. Can't forget about Bryce Harper in the clutch. But yeah, when in a game where Bryce Harper wasn't there, Trey Turner wasn't there, Kyle Schwarber, it was the other guys. It was Alec Bohm, Nick Castellanos, and Bryson Stott. Those guys were huge for you. Very huge. And yep, tip of the cap to Aaron Nola. Tip of the cap there. He deserves it. And yeah, you also brought up another great point. Both of your top guys that are going to be number 1 and 2 for the playoffs in a wild card series, those guys showed up. Those guys showed up in a very important series. So if those guys can continue to build off this, and Wheeler has been continuing to build off his good starts. He just had one hiccup against the Braves last week, and he bounced back on Monday. So that was good to see. If Wheeler can continue going for it, I'm very confident in him for the playoffs. And if Aaron Nola can show me more, and most likely his final 2 starts, because he has one more start against the Pirates, and then I'm assuming he pitches the last game of the season, if the Phillies aren't clinched by then. So right now, Aaron Nola has at least one more start before the end of the year. And I would assume he gets rest if they clinched before that final series in New York, because at the end of the day, the best you could probably clinch a playoff spot at best by, the Pirates series, if everything goes right. I know that the magic number right now is 7, so you're not going to win 7 in a row, so you're going to have to rely on the other teams losing too. So that will help, if that's going to be the case. I know the Marlins, they play the Milwaukee Brewers again, so that's going to be a tough series for them, so that might help your cause a little bit there. And yeah, you're just going to have to, I don't think you're going to lose this spot in the top wildcard spot. I think you're going to get it. I'm very confident that they can get it. And yeah, that's basically it. The Cubs have a very hard schedule down the line in the last 6 games. The Diamondbacks, they're playing good baseball right now, but they can go on a downward spiral at any point. So, like I said, I'm confident that they can finish it out. The Mets are not a good team. I know the Mets play better when they play the Phillies, but, I'm confident. I'm confident wholeheartedly. Starts with Ranger Suarez tomorrow night. That sucks that it's on national television for 2 games in a row. It sucks. But, and also it kind of does suck that this was Crucky's last game broadcasting this year. So, we're going to have to see more of Ruben and Ben, Sean. We're going to have to see more of those 2. Going to have to see more of those 2 doofuses. So, that I'm not excited for listening in the broadcast. Ay. What am I doing in New York? Going up to see my sister because she lives up there. And also, it's the final days of the Italian festival there. So, go up to the Italian festival, hang out there for the day, come home, basically. And it's supposed to rain up in New York off and on, but I'm assuming the worst is in Philadelphia. So I would assume if it's, continues the way that it's going with the rain forecast, Saturday is most likely not going to get played if everything's, going the way that the weather is going. So we'll see. That's still a few days away right now. We could relax the rest of the day knowing that the Phillies did win, so that's very good to see. And yeah. Always forgot about Strahm. I was wondering who was going to pitch the 10th. Totally neglected him. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was going to be Sir Anthony. I wholeheartedly thought it was going to be Sir Anthony. I did not think Rob was going to go to Strahm. I did not think that. I envy the hair of Strahm. I envy the hair. God. Oh, God. Well, I'm growing my flow out a little bit here, so maybe you can envy my hair in due time, Sean. I'm growing it out. I'm going the Bryce Harper flow route, the anyone who grows a flow out, the Hunter Brody flow, whatever you want to call it. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's actually getting closer to where I can actually put it in like a very small ponytail. So it's getting to some length, but it's still going to be a little bit ways away before it gets actually longer. So going to be a little bit there, but it's going to continue to grow. We'll see how the hair is in a couple of months. Why the hell is Thompson pitching Alvarado ahead of Soto? I think because he wanted to use Alvarado just in case Nola blew up. So I guess because Alvarado was warming up so many times, bring Alvarado in. But I did question that. I did definitely question that, though. I definitely did. No, I'm not lying here. I definitely did question that. So, let's see. Yeah. Did you guys see the stuff that Stephen A. Smith was talking about with Shohei Ohtani? I noticed that Stott shaved following Harper's lead. Possibly. He was struggling this month, so honestly, I don't blame him. Gotta find a way to break the schneid, if I do say so myself. What else is here? What else is here? The one thing that's gonna be off is that I think the Phillies are inducting Scott Rowland into the Wall of Fame. So I wonder what the vibes at the ballpark are gonna be like with that. I wonder what that's gonna be with the vibes at the park in terms of Scott Rowland. I'm sure the Boo Birds are gonna be writing down for him. I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, Sean, I don't pay attention to him. I just saw it pop up on Twitter during the game, talking about Shohei Ohtani's injury, how he wouldn't be paying him $500 million to play for your team. It's funny too because there's a YouTuber where I watch that managed to get on, I guess, the radio show that Stephen A. Smith does or his podcast that he does, and he asked them these questions, and he can confirm from Stephen A. himself. He does not watch baseball outside of a few Yankees games. He does not look up attendance before his Ohtani doesn't feel seats take, and he doesn't care about baseball, and that's why they don't talk about it often on ESPN. So yeah, Stephen A. Smith is, classic Stephen A. Smith. Classic stuff there. Jesus. Well, good day, boys. It's a good day. Buccaneers having a Hall of Fame ceremony for Rodney Barber Monday night, sticking it to the birds again. Jesus, what is with all the Hall of Fame shit during Eagles games now? What is all that stuff? It still feels weird though. It feels like it's been ages since the Eagles game now. Between, that Thursday to Monday night, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this start to the schedule. I do. Sunday, 4:30 game. Then you go to a Thursday night, and then a Monday night. I hate that scheduling. I do. I just hate it. I want to watch football on Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, best time to watch football. It is. You could have multiple TVs on at once. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. But no, they got to do this stupid, we got to have, the primetime games. We got to have 2 Monday night games. We got to have Thursday night football that no one asked for. Now I'm getting into a rant. I don't like that. Ay. The NFL Week 3 slate blows goats. Let me see the schedule for the Week 3 schedule. Let me see what the games are. Thursday night football, Giants in San Francisco. Oh, God, that's going to be a blowout. Indianapolis versus Baltimore. That's not going to be a good game. Cleveland versus Tennessee. That's not going to be a good game. Miami and Denver. That's not going to be a good game. Jets, New England. That's not going to be a good game. Commanders and Buffalo. We'll see how that turns out. Atlanta, Detroit. That's not going to be a good game. New Orleans and Green Bay. Not going to be a good game. Jacksonville, Houston. Not going to be a good game. Chargers, Minnesota. Not going to be a good game. Carolina, Seattle. Not going to be a good game. Dallas, Arizona. Not going to be a good game. Holy shit. Bears, Kansas City. Not going to be a good game. Pittsburgh, Las Vegas. Not going to be a good game. Jesus Christ. And then all these games suck. All these matchups suck. What the hell, NFL? You got 2 Monday night games again. The Eagles get the first slate, and then there's an 8:15 with the Rams and the Bengals. Holy shit. Holy shit. Jesus Christ, this schedule does suck, Sean. It does. Holy shit. Let me look at the rest of the Eagles schedules just so I know how many. Okay. So after this Monday night game, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sundays in a row. They got 6 Sundays in a row. 2 of those at 1 o'clock, 3 of those at 4 or 4:30, and then 1 of those is a Sunday night game. Washington, Rams, Jets, Miami, Washington, Dallas. And then you have the bye week, and then you got another Monday night football game against Kansas City. And then after that, you got 4 Sundays in a row, 4:25, 4:25, 8:20, 4:25. Then you play another Monday night game on Christmas. So I guess that makes sense. And then you play another Sunday game, and then another Sunday game. How many 1 o'clock games do they have this year? 1, 2. They have 3 1 o'clock games this year. That sucks. That sucks. 3 1 o'clocks. Why? Why 3 1 o'clocks? 1 o'clock is the best time. Yeah, 3 1 p.m. game. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I literally just realized that. They only have 3 1 p.m. games. 3. How? Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god. Can you guys gotta go to the Twitter page, Fuzzy from YouTube. He does MLB The Show and baseball content. He on his Twitter, he has a couple of videos from his Stephen A. Smith talk, and Stephen A. Smith is an absolute joke. He literally just told the baseball community to shut the hell up. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Jesus. Oh my god. Well, we're getting a little bit long here, almost near 40 minutes. I want everyone here to enjoy the rest of the day. Oh, here we go. One of the last off topics. Did the Flyers trade? No. I don't think they're getting Pinto. I do not think it. From everything that I'm hearing, Sean, it sounds like that the Senators don't want to give him up, but the Flyers have put offers in. But it's basically just up to the Senators at this point. The Flyers aren't going to rush things. So they're going to let Senators decide and see what happens. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen with the way things are sounding because Ottawa wants to re-sign him. He wants to re-sign Nair. So it's just basically a wait and see. Flyers are in, no rush. They'll just wait and see and let what happens. So we'll see. We'll see. So, hey, I appreciate you all here for joining tonight, or today, actually, this afternoon, so you can enjoy the rest of your day here. Have a nice little, watch whatever you want to watch, eat some nice dinner or whatever. Phillies are done. Boom, quick out of the way. Even though it didn't feel quick, it felt like it took ages off my life. But still, got a series win. That's important. Now to the back stretch to clinch a playoff spot. So, we'll talk tomorrow, everybody. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. Join the TTP Sports family. Great deal, See my misery or see my excitement or cockiness. It's a great, great deal. And then SEATGEEK code, TTP Sports. Almost couldn't get it out of my mouth. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Get yourself to some more games. Oh, God. Making fun of the Sixers. Yeah, I could give 2 shits about the Sixers, but that's just the way I feel. But, thanks, everyone, for joining the night.